Hey, what's happening, everybody? I am Ant Pruitt. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to put the mic in front of my face so you can hear me. Welcome to Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit. A little quirky, sometimes interesting podcast featuring myself and featuring the one and only Queen Pruitt sitting yonder ways over there. How you be?
I'm swell. How are you?
I don't know if I should believe that.
I am so swell.
All right, sure. Yeah, this is the show where we sit down every week and just hash out just the regular everyday life stuff on a fine Wednesday. Scheduling permits. Yes, we're a little bit later, but we've already discussed why we'll be late for the interim. But yeah, appreciate y'all checking us out each and every week on whatever podcast app you use, as well as checking us out here on the YouTube live stream. And she's laughing at me for some reason.
No.
What are you laughing at?
I am so blending in with this chair.
Yeah, just the damn purple and
I can see it. That's what I'm looking at while you're talking. I'm like, wow, I didn't realize.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep you on your mic too. So pull it just a touch closer if you please.
Okay.
Ma'am. Thank you very much.
Oh, my word. I'm blending in.
Just a touch closer.
I'm a chameleon tonight.
Well, that's okay. Well, what I can do is this little contrast trick here.
I'm a chameleon. I'm blending in with the chair. There's nothing wrong with that.
Let's see how that looks now. So if we do that, no, I don't like that. So we'll go back.
It's not that serious.
No, it ain't. You're right. There. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Anyway,
I'm a chameleon.
Thank y'all for being here. Right now, if you're watching live on YouTube, please do me a favor and hit the like button right there. It's the little thumbs up icon. Hit that, please. And then hit the subscribe button if you haven't done that already. So YouTube can know that we are good people on this here platform and will continue to show us love. All right. So that stuff's out of the way. Let's go ahead and get into it. What's been going on with you, madam?
We don't have enough time.
Okay.
Because I don't even have enough time.
Okay, so give me the Cliff Notes then. Give me page 1 of the Cliff Notes. Don't even give me chapter 1.
The shit has hit the fan with, okay, it's time for you to know something right now. You got to get to it.
Shit or get off the pot?
Yes.
Is it that kind of thing? Or?
Yes. For me, it is. And I add a layer of stress to because I'm a perfectionist, just a little bit, not a lot, a semi-perfectionist. So everyth's got to be right for it to be in order, and it's getting there. And
hold up, that's fascinating. Can you repeat that last sentence? Everything is. Say that one more time.
Everything. I don't remember.
Unbelievable.
It's after the 24th. If you didn't remember, why should I?
No, what I'm saying is you said everything is has to be in order.
Oh, yes, I do need order.
It's fascinating to me.
Why?
Because you struggle with order. You know what I mean?
Yes, I struggle with it, but I was not able to sit down like I was supposed to and get my schoolwork accomplished or even a little bit closer to anything. I wasn't able to get there because I was thinking about my house. I was thinking about the laundry. I was thinking about the kitchen. I was thinking about the vacuuming. I was thinking about the weeds outside in front of the yard. Those are the kinds of things that I've been doing. And everything wasn't in order, especially inside. I had laundry piled everywhere. Taking it out and just dumped it in a suitcase downstairs. It was clean laundry. They were tired
I thought I saw a suitcase with laundry.
Somebody was like, okay, all the baskets are full. So let me just dump these clothes.
Is this an accident?
No, I bet it had to be Jacob then.
I was like, huh, okay. fine.
That's so. I was so behind on my Cinderella chores, and it was rough, but it's okay now.
Yeah,
they helped me in the house get some things accomplished, and the biggest thing right now is, and then we can move on. Is what I talked to you about a little bit about last night. Been going to the acupuncturist with my neck and my back issues, having the degeneration in my neck and my back.
My neck and my back.
My neck and my back. It's seriously like that. And she just tell me I'm in too much pain for my age. She's like, "You too young. You too young."
Yeah.
And she explained to me what is going on in my neck with the degeneration.
Yeah.
That's a hard word to say. Degeneration. There it goes. It's in the place where it could block oxygen from getting to my brain.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really interesting. It didn't hit me until I was back at the play back at rehearsal. And I was so anxious. Every time I get anxious, I feel like I stutter, you guys. Like, I don't know why it does happen. I just can't find words, and it's really frustrating. This is a little serious area of the conversation. I'm sharing this with you all because this is everyday shit, but it's real. My neck is that bad in shape, and I really think it has something to do with it. I thought it was like medication or something. Mm-hmm. That's why I made the appointment with your doctor. If something is wrong, go and see your doctor. Just get their advice. You might already know the answer, but
yeah, at least go get a look.
Yeah, and I'm doing that, but it all made sense when I have issues with just speaking words when I get anxious or nervous. But
I think it could be a combination of that and some other things, but I'm no medical professional. I just read a lot of useless stuff, but I think it could be a combination of things.
We'll have to discuss that, Dr. Pruitt.
No, I just said right now, I am no medical professional,
Well, it doesn't happen all the time. It's so frustrating that it happens. But anyway, on to the next.
Okay. Well,
it's too sad.
We're still rooting for you, and we still believe in what you got rolling with this here acting career.
I'm taking my time. I get overwhelmed because I just feel like I'm supposed to know everything already because I'm the oldest one in the room.
Again, that's not fair to yourself.
I know. I'm the one that's doing this. Yeah. Nobody else is saying any of this stuff. This is me.
You're not being fair to yourself.
I said I wasn't going to beat myself down today, and I'm not. I haven't. Good. And it's been good.
Good.
I've taken my time, slowed down with the speech when I have to. I don't have to talk fast to get words out.
And I think that's, again, leaning more into the combination of things, my theory. You battle on a day-to-day basis of needing to be heard. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And there's probably some inherent mechanisms, chemical mechanisms that you got going on that fire off every time you open your mouth because you haven't been heard and or you think you're not being heard. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think that's just a combination of things myself.
It's atrocious. But anyway.
But you got it. You gonna push through it.
I am.
Or I'm gonna.
No, I am.
Okay, good. That's
I started off with a musical production.
Yeah.
Saying scientific words I knew nothing about.
Oh,
I had to look up the definition to so many words.
All them $10 words.
Playing a squirrel. That's crazy.
But you did it though. And
but
you knocked it out the park.
And it was great. So, I mean, I can do everything.
You can. Well, you can't do everything. You can't take photos. You're pretty bad at
No. I can do all things through God. He gives me all my strength.
I've seen some of them pictures you try to take over there.
No, I can't. Not with a camera. I mean, I know people take pictures, but I can't take one with a camera. I'm not even going there.
No. Yeah, we'll just leave that be. Hey, Ozone Nightmare. Good to see you. It says Evening Pruitts.
Hello.
Thank you for being
How goes it today?
Good to see you. But so for me, last week, we talked about spring break wasn't much of a break. And so this week, I sort of expected it to be a little bit more status quo and whatnot. And so far, it's a little bit slower for me, other than having to change a pace today. I did another photo shoot today.
Ooh, and you was looking sexy.
It was another good experience. I'm glad to have that opportunity, and did it with a tech company. I'm not going to say their name, because I don't remember if the NDA mentioned that. I did sign an NDA, but from what I remember in the NDA, it was talking more about don't mention the shit you see in these four walls.
Wow. That's what's up.
Well, I mean, it was
no beating around the bush.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. And I love that. And it's because they are a tech company. They're an IT company, and IT is very freaking binary. It's either working or it ain't. And so they're like, yeah, in these four walls, you may see some stuff that we're working on that you don't need to be talking about outside these four walls. So don't be saying shit, but I can't remember if it mentioned anything about the actual shoot itself. It was a lot of fun. I'll tell people, oh, Kevin Gladys is in here, dude. I ain't seen that name in forever. From the UK. What's up, Kevin?
Hi, Kevin.
See, yeah, we're recording late, but it works well for our folks over there in the UK. We appreciate the UK audience, man. That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh man. But yeah, let me tell you about getting this particular gig, because I pretty much every daggum day, LinkedIn, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Backstage, Press, Democrat. I'm looking for stuff.
Yeah.
So pretty much every day. And this particular gig, they were looking for some crew assistants. And I said, well, I can do that. It's not me shooting the camera, but that's going to get me close to the photographer. And I'm like, that's a networking opportunity. Get close to that photographer. Make sure they know your damn name, and do a good job. So just in case something pops up, they're gonna remember Ant, tall, bald headed black dude. They're gonna remember that
always.
So so I started to put my name in the hat on that, but I'm looking through it, and it also said we need models. And so I was like, okay, so this is what they're going to pay the crew. Let me see what they're going to pay the models.
What's it going to be more? I'm just curious.
Well, about that, yeah, that rate was higher to be the model.
But it's the same thing like crew and then the actors.
Yeah.
It
is.
That's why, I wanted to know.
Yeah. I looked at it and I was like, man, that rate is higher for a model. And I was like, you know what? Why not? I'll just throw my name in the hat and
see which way it goes.
Yeah. And dude, the next day, it's like, you're in, you're hired.
Well, of course. Of course. You want to do both?
I was like, okay. Well, no. I didn't do any crew work.
No. I'm just saying they just want you there.
I was like, cool. I'm in on this. And so the whole rigmarole that is, and you understand this, is you get your call sheet, a day or so before the actual shoot, and it gives you all the particulars and whatnot. And so for me, it was more so about the actual wardrobe. You know, what am I going to wear? Because when they say they're looking for a model, they don't necessarily say on the posting what type of model they're looking for, other than we need a male, we need a female, we need someone age so-and-so through so-and-so, stuff like that. The call sheet gives you the details of, all right, this is what we're looking for, because they have the style sheet, you know, as far as wardrobe and things like that. And so they sent me the style sheet, and I'm like, well, I got some of this stuff, but again, for the last year, I've been sweatpants and t-shirts and sweatpants and sweatshirts and so forth.
Oh, I know. We know.
Because that's my attire now. I don't really have a need for that. I still have dressy clothes for the times I did travel. You know, if I needed something dressy, I still had it. But they were like, yeah, we need some stuff for business, but not necessarily overdressed, you know. And so he made me take some pictures, some rough pictures of some things that I had, and send it to him. And he's like, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. Bring that, that kind of thing. And I'm like, cool. This is a piece of cake. I get there. What did we use? This one white shirt.
Wow. Is that yours?
Yeah, this is my shirt. But we ended up not using my clothes. No, we did use my breeches. And but the rest of the time they had me in this blazer thing that wasn't cut for me. It's off the rack.
Well, how did it work?
They worked it out. They figured out, you know, posing proper
the
ways.
Costuming come in?
Yeah.
Oh.
And they fixed it up. But it was a good experience. The photographer was actually the staff photographer for the company. That's all he does. So it was an agency that reached out on behalf of the tech company. And the tech company's marketing department ran the shoot.
Wow, look basically. At you.
And so
gonna be the face of stuff.
Well, I don't know about that,
but you better claim it.
Cool. No, it's pretty cool.
It's something you won't.
It's pretty cool. I like the idea, and I know my mom, she probably hates this, but I like the fact that I am Aunt Pruitt. Literally and phonetically Aunt Pruitt. You know what I mean? Because I could say that and it sticks. I'm not Anthony Johnson. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Anthony Thomas.
That's what Anthony Johnson.
I'm Aunt Pruitt. You know, and that sticks. And these last two shoots that I've done, it's been I think it's a pretty good experience that they say my name when I'm in there, and the photographer yells, "Hey, where's Aunt? Get Aunt." You know, and the rest of the time it's their, "Hey, yeah, come here. Let me have you stand here." Now he knew more of the names today, but everybody knew Aunt Pruitt. And I can remember when I decided to start going by that back in high school, and I pissed my mom.
Yes, I'm sure it does, and still does probably. I feel that though. You know, if you name your kid something and you chop it up to a bug.
Well, but the thing is, people, how hard is it to say my full name? It's not hard for you, but apparently everybody in frickin' South Kakalaki, I've heard so many variations of my name, and it got on my nerves.
I believe it.
It just, I mean, you had it a lot worse over there.
Yes.
With your name.
I did. I still do. Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. Such a nice daggum comment here. Let's pull this up here. Kevin in the UK says, "Hi, I always followed your journey. Fantastic stuff. Lovely to see Queen Pruitt." Look at that.
Oh,
why everybody always giving you so much love? What's for that? Y'all quit giving that woman love.
Thank you.
Such a nice comment. And then Ozone so far.
Very
so
nice.
Good
very
at the
nice.
middle of the week, says Ozone Nightmare. Good for you, brother. Good to hear that.
Thank you.
Good to hear that. Oh, damn it. And the freaking super chat. Come on, man. Pretty.
Appreciate it.
Pretty gets paid, baby.
We just finished talking about that. That should be the name of this show.
Pretty Gets Paid.
Pretty Gets Paid. Oh my goodness, I love it.
He says Pretty Gets Paid. That's why I stick to audio only. Now, if only I could find a steady paycheck and reviewing movies made by lunatics, I'd be set for life. Yeah, you really do need to be a movie critic, man. You're on the next level when it comes to that stuff. Thank you for the super chat, Joe.
Wow,
I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, that was the shoot. It was an easy drive to the city, and
I know I've been doing it.
It's just like I thought the traffic, because it was in the middle of downtown. Mm-hmm. And I thought the traffic was going to be a shit show. Mm-hmm. Nobody. Freaking ghost town. But I found out it's Wednesday, and most of the companies are doing work from home Wednesdays. So they plan their shoots around Wednesdays and Fridays because most people
working from home
in the area are working from home, and it makes it easy for them to get crew in and stuff like that.
That's nice.
That's pretty smart though. But yeah, that was that.
Good for you.
I'm grateful for the opportunity. I hope more comes. I can get used to being on the other side of the dadgum camera. I don't mind just sitting there for 8-9 hours. Just
yeah.
All right, come on. It's time for your shots, and get there and they pose you and tell you to do this and that and the makeup. Now, granted, I'm still having to wipe my face from the makeup, man.
You are not that complexion, I don't think. I'm looking at you real hard like some shit.
Yeah.
It's not quite shit is
No, the
but
lighting.
It's a whole different complexion.
No, the lighting
it goes
different.
All the way up too. All the way up.
Yeah, she did. They did it all over my head and my neck and my
it's
face.
down on your shirt.
Yeah.
They covered you.
It was the lighting. It's a weird complexion. So. The lighting was a mess, because they had good lights. They have good pro grade lights in there, but where most of the shots were done was on their top floor, where it's pretty much a panoramic view of the city. Wall to wall. It's big ass windows, and they had shades on them, but it's still light,
a lot of light
seeping through there, and so every now and then we had to stop and do retakes because you could see the color was different, and then makeup would come in and do this and change that, and it was all right. I'd do it again. We're going to pause for a second here. Thank y'all for being here so far and hanging out with us live. It's so good to see y'all here with everyday people.
It sure is.
But as you all know, free entertainment does cost something somewhere. So we're going to pause for just a quick commercial break to try to attempt to pay some bills. We'll be right back. All right, and we are back. Thank y'all for being here. Everyday people doing everyday shit. If you're in YouTube right now, please go ahead and hit the like button and the subscribe button on the screen. I really do appreciate that support. It lets YouTube know we're doing all the right things on this here platform. We just took a quick break, and previously we were talking about my photo shoot experience, and comment here in the chat from Mr. Ozone Nightmare says, "Okay, it's makeup!" ! I thought Mr. Pruitt looked off, but figured it was just my garbage eyes.
No.
Yeah.
I've been staring at him this whole time. Like, what is it? I thought you took it off. You said you took it off.
No, when I got back to town, because it took a little bit longer to get to town because it started raining. So the traffic was just crawling. Oh. And you couldn't see.
Yeah.
Coming back. So it took a while. Then I went to get the dog food. And then I came in. By the time I got home, it was like 8:45 or something like that. It was late.
Oh, so it wasn't that long after.
No.
Because I went over there just to do a take.
Yeah, you said you had to go over there at 8. I thought
I was going to be there till 10 though. I literally did a take.
Yeah. No. I didn't have time. I came in here, let the dogs out, grabbed some food to throw in my yap, and this is the first time. I'm just going to wash my face for a second.
I don't even know if you can get it off like that, though. I don't think you can get it off like that.
Well,
you might need some makeup remover.
But it's all on my daggum neck. It's on my head. I mean,
but you might need makeup remover. I don't know.
The water feels good on the rag. It's nice and refreshing.
On the towel, not a rag.
It's a rag.
It's a towel. A rag.
I wanted to bring something up here, and this is a little bit of a downer, but I thought it's something that was worth discussing. All right, so there's a story on Salon.com, and it says California fast food workers have been hit with layoffs ahead of a new minimum wage law. I got to tell you, folks, this is going to be a little bit of some everyday people and inside baseball. So I mentioned previously that I spend my day ZipRecruiter, Indeed, LinkedIn, all the services and so forth, looking for gigs and whatnot. But what I also have done is try to go and talk to local businesses. And just the other day, I went to a local restaurant to say, hey, since y'all didn't let me take pictures, and do some content for you guys, can I wash some dishes? Because I need to work. I need to make sure some money is coming in, and I have no problem going and sweeping floors and washing dishes or whatever. Done it before, I'll do it again. And when I had that discussion with the guy, because I had worked there when we first moved here, just to try to make some ends meet when we first moved out here, because
I wasn't working
and all of the freaking deposits and all of that shit of California. They were very polite, and it was like, yeah, man, it's good to see you, but I wish I can help you. And then he says in a whispering tone, I'm supposed to be laying somebody off today. Just like that. And it just, it hit. It was like, damn.
You think that everybody needs a dishwasher.
Yeah.
Everybody.
And this cat was like, dude, I'd love to, but I'm supposed to be cutting my staff today. This economy is pretty bad.
It is. And it's
in these streets.
You would think that the fast food restaurants make tons of money, right? And the food is cheap, right?
Right. Allegedly.
The food is allegedly cheap.
Yeah, allegedly cheap. But at the end of the day, we still will have freaking $15 hamburgers.
Exactly. You can go from a $15 hamburger to whatever they're putting in the burgers at anywhere else. Because why is one so much cheaper than the other?
Man, it's
what meat are you eating?
But even if
what makes this meat okay and this meat not okay? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even when you go to the cheaper places that have the lower quality meat, you still are paying a pretty penny for that burger.
Now, things are so expensive.
It's crazy, the inflation.
I used to be able to get a whole meal for less than $5 to $8.
Yes, exactly. No, that ain't happening now. You pulling out a Jackson. You pulling out a Jackson every time. Carolyn,
for fast food, so that's somebody's hourly wage now.
1 hour, just done. Carolyn on the socials, she has this phrase that she shared with me. It was called greedflation. That's freaking clever. Greedflation. Because that's all it is. We talked about the CEO from Kellogg last week. They raking it in, but
wow.
But
we know you hungry.
But the price of cereal is still going up.
Is cheaper. It really is. And sending those subliminal messages because it used to be.
It used to be.
It used to be. So people think it still is. They're used to the repetition, or they get the same thing at the grocery store, and they're not going to change it up.
Right. Oh, dude.
Unfortunate. Everything expensive. Salads, $25.
Now, see, that used to piss me off years ago, even before now. You know, like you would go to McDonald's, and I'm not recommending getting a salad from McDonald's. But when you go to McDonald's, the salad costs more than the freaking cheeseburger or hamburger.
Because it's like that everywhere. They want us dead. And, you know, all the healthy stuff is expensive as hell. You're just stuck eating the cheap stuff so you can die. They just want everybody to die.
Ozone Nightmare says, this is what kills me, man. Can't pay people enough to live. And when something comes along to try to fix it, it gets folks laid off.
Ain't that some shit? That's crazy.
You get penalized for trying to eat healthy. Oh, preach, Joe. Preach.
Exactly. You do all of it. It's all a scam. Because it's so, I don't understand why it's an issue to pay the workers. Why
it's not an issue, it's just greed.
It has to be.
It's just greed.
Because somebody's getting the money because everything in this state is going up.
It is.
It's ridiculous everywhere. And it's like, oh my goodness, what is going to happen? We're not even busy at work. We used to be busy.
Right.
We're not. I don't know what's going to happen with us, but we had some changes come about too.
Yeah, but
with our income.
Yeah, you did mention that. But again, with your industry, I'm going to give you another month because it's not really spring yet.
Okay.
And you know, ladies going to get their toes done so they can walk around in their, what do you call them, the sandals and stuff like that in the springtime.
Everybody, not just ladies. Don't even put that on just ladies, honey. Don't do it. Because it's not just ladies.
It's mostly ladies.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Because the men's is coming in.
Yeah. No.
They realizing, this is good.
Yeah.
I just wish you could call it something else.
But no,
this is really good stuff right here.
But I'm going to give it I would give you all another month. Because I don't think it's the season yet. And you'll see your spike. So I think y'all will be all right. But I don't know about fast food joints anymore, man. It's pretty scary.
People are going to have to start cooking at home. So the grocery stores are going to have a spike. Or people are just going to go out and buy their own animals. I need a goat. We need to get a goat.
No, damn a goat.
We need a goat.
To eat? Yeah, I'm down for that.
No, I need the cheese and the milk from a goat. We need a farm. That's what's going to have to happen. If you want to live here, you're going to have all of your own crops, animals.
But you got to have somebody that's going to work those crops and work that yard and garden and all of that. And that ain't me. You got that?
Well, how are we going to eat then?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
It's unbelievable what's going on.
As I've said many a time, I'll figure it out.
Now, I would go to the grocery store. Not the grocery store. I'll go to the restaurant like Chili's or BJ's or something like that for my fast food now. If I'm going to pay $25.
You're paying an exorbitant amount of money, and you can get pretty much for the same rate much better food at those places. So
that's considered fast food for me now.
Yeah,
those restaurants.
The bar and grills is what she's talking about. Yeah, essentially,
like Applebee's, all of those types of chains.
Yeah,
those are the new. Those are the new fast food restaurants on the menu now.
And we welcome them with open arms.
Yes, all the time.
There's another story that you had shared with me. I didn't hear about this.
You didn't know?
I didn't hear about this until you sent it.
Oh, wow. I thought you knew about it.
My head's been down, I guess. But yeah, this is coming from the New York Times. As I hit this button here, the Coast Guard ends a search for 6 missing in a bridge disaster. This is dealing with the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapse. Apparently, a big barge crashed into the bridge, and as I read the story, the barge crashed into the bridge because it lost power. And as usual, they did have some contingency in place, backup power and so forth.
Yes,
but the one that controlled the engines didn't fire back up. So they couldn't control it.
Couldn't stop.
But there were some construction workers on the bridge at the time that this crashed, and they've given up searching for those folks. So thoughts and prayers go out to the families that are involved with that. That's some pretty sad and unfortunate stuff.
It looked like something that you would see on a thriller movie. Action.
Yeah, it did. It looked cinematic. Yeah. Like
it said New York Times. I was like, this is real news right here.
Yeah. I had not heard about it until you shared it.
My sister told me about it.
Oh, really?
Yes, because she was like, life is too short to be worried about anything. You got this.
This is true.
That's how she just broke it down to me. Sometimes you got to see it like that.
This is true.
Sometimes you got to be snapped back into reality. Like,
I mean, because those workers were out there on that bridge just doing their job.
They're just doing their job.
Just doing their job. And that boat, I mean, granted, they move fast, but they don't move like speed of light fast.
Yeah.
And
but
if they were up on
able
the bridge
to
and
save
try
a lot
to get
more people because of the Coast Guard.
Right. That's
that was awesome. They were able to stop it, but those people were just doing their job, feeling safe.
Mm-hmm.
Never did they ever think that was going to happen. So
unbelievable.
It is. So life is so short, and I'm going for it to go.
Please do.
I am. I have to get it together.
Because I'm ready to be chilling.
It's happening. And I don't want my hair to come out. So I need to stop stressing.
Yeah, please don't stress. I want to share some more. I don't want
to be twins with you.
What folks don't know is I have tried to tell her to get a dadgum razor and some clippers.
And I have.
We'll be good to go.
I have had short, almost bald head before.
Yeah, I remember.
Absolutely
If you look on the YouTube channel, her hair is pretty short. Way back in the first 6 months or so of us being here, we did a hot ones, if you will, where we had some hot wings, and she had some really, really short platinum hair.
You got that out there. What? It was 2020.
Yeah.
2020 did some stuff to us.
I will put a link.
That's what I'm gonna blame it on. I was trying to get purple hair, and that was the process that I had to go through.
I remember the incident. I remember the incident quite clearly.
I did not want that color hair on purpose. I had an appointment to get my hair colored purple.
Sure.
And 2020 happened. Sure. It's for real.
Tell me anything. Sure.
It was not cute. I tried to make it cute so many times, right? Putting stuff in it and trying to part it. It was just not cute.
It was fine. It was okay. It wasn't as bad as you made it.
Oh, you're so sweet, darling.
No, I'd let you know when it's shit-tastic.
I do. You are right. You're right. You have. They'll let me know when something is wrong for sure. Yeah. I do love that.
Yeah. We got some feedback because you asked last week about washing stuff that's brand new, and I saw some stuff. Tanya Wyman on one of my great friends. Love you, Tanya. Thank you for all your support over these years. She agreed with you wholeheartedly. Joe Esposito sent in some audio, but I didn't want to play that particular part. But he pretty much agreed with you too, because the bed bug incident in New York a couple years ago, or maybe it was like last year. I remember hearing about that. And so people was like, no, we gonna, as soon as we get something, we're gonna throw it in the dryer, or we're gonna wash it and then throw it in the dryer, because it was pretty bad.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. See, those just natural instincts that our ancestors put into us. Put that shit in the washing machine and clean it before you put it on the bed.
Yeah.
Because that's the voice that I hear every time. I get it. It's like, no, do not put that straight on your bed. Do not put that straight on the bed. Yeah. But I want here right now. Yeah. I want to use these towels. But for real, though, with towels.
Well, you better get them early in the morning. When you go to the store, get them early in the day so you can get back home and wash them and they be ready at nighttime.
This is true. Towels are the same way. I actually don't like to use a towel brand new. I do like to wash towels.
Because it's a little bit softer.
Yeah, it fluffs up more.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. You are not going to use the spoons and forks and stuff like that are out. People could touch. You're not going to just say, oh, these are brand new. They brand new to you with people fingers been all on them. You're going to put them in the dishwasher, correct? No different, right? Right. Please say yes. Please say yes. Any type of utensils and cups and plates, you do put them in the dishwasher first. Please say yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this little bit of feedback here that I wanted to pull up from Mr. Joe Esposito here.
Oh, I feel something hurt now.
Let me see if we can get this to play. So we'll do this here and we'll hit play, and hopefully the folks here in YouTube will hear it. So here goes.
This is a recommendation for both of you, but in particular, I would be interested in Queen Pruitt's views on this film. Now, I know the minute I say foreign film, the first thing you're going to think of is Stalker, but I promise you this is not a 3-hour, slow-moving, philosophical deliberation.
Sure, Joe, sure.
On the nature of humanity. This is a 90-minute Dutch film about 3 women who seemingly don't know each other and murder a shopkeeper and a psychiatrist's evaluation of them to try to figure out why they did it.
That does sound fascinating.
Okay.
But your thoughts just initially. We're not done yet, but your thoughts initially just on that premise.
I would give it a chance.
Okay, but hold on. There's more.
Now, it is foreign. It's a Dutch film. It's subtitled. From 1982 called A Question of Silence. It's free to watch on the Tubi TV streaming service. I think it's on a couple of different services. I saw it. The only reason I even know about this, I had never heard of this before 2 days ago. And I have the Criterion Channel streaming service that I pay for because it has a lot of artsy-fartsy weird movies for bizarre people like me who will watch a 3-hour film like Stalker. But every so often I'll just see a movie like this and I'll think, this sounds interesting. It's by a Dutch filmmaker named Marleen Goris, who apparently is a well-known feminist Dutch filmmaker. Never heard of her either before this.
Right. Again, so Criterion is very, very like elitist movie snobbish. Joe, I don't know anybody watching the Criterion that are like normal people, bro. Just so you know. But it's like hardcore movie enthusiasts.
I can tell you right now.
And they're like cinematic classics in general.
When I heard he lost me at it's foreign.
Yep.
It was subtitles.
Joe, see, and I wasn't going to speak for you
because I cannot read a movie.
And I wasn't going to speak for you.
So many movies that I have not seen because I've had to read the movie, and that's probably why I need the vocabulary lesson. But.
And I wasn't going to speak for you, but when I heard that, I was like, yeah, she's out now. She's in. Oh, nope. Now she's out. And I struggle with that stuff too. There's a series called Echo, a Marvel series. Mm-hmm. And I want to watch it. And I've watched maybe 2 episodes, but man, it is fatigue reading subtitles. That's just not something I want to do anymore. It already annoys me that the audio mix for most content we watch today is so bad where it forces you to turn on the subtitles because people are freaking mumbling when they're
you have to, yeah.
But no, I don't know if I want to do that for the whole
90 minutes. That's where I was lost. So I didn't even hear any more about it, to be honest. I have moments.
And one more thing, though.
And it's after the 24th. I've been inhaling and exhaling.
Yeah. It's after the 24th, folks. So Lent is over.
Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. You want to ask? No, I don't know. No, I cannot read.
Oh gosh,
now I'd be gone. Good night. But that is awesome that you would suggest that. I appreciate that.
And then I wanted to cut to this here. This was another bit of feedback on last week's discussion. So here we go.
In the last show, you were talking about TikTok, and a couple of times you said, well, we don't have any privacy anymore. There's no more privacy. Now, I don't necessarily disagree that privacy is a much harder thing to have, but I would encourage you not to think that way. It's not that you don't have privacy. It is tougher and tougher, and it takes some actual engagement from us as people who now exist online. But privacy is an absolutely valuable thing, and we still do have control of it. We just have to decide when we give up parts of that control or when we trade parts of it for something. But there are absolutely things that we can do. The minute that we buy into this idea that privacy is dead, then it is, because then there is no resistance to what's being done. And it's may not seem all that harmless now, but it can be. So I would encourage you to not think that privacy is dead.
And that right there, I was like, that is strong. That is how you have a rebuttal in a nice discourse, whether you agree or disagree. That was so.
I appreciate that right there, and I agree.
Out, you know, and he makes good points as far as us doing the hard work to fight against that stuff, the privacy stuff that we deal with, our online lives, and we've had that discussion amongst ourselves here in the family. When you get the cookie banners and stuff, when you go to a website and this thing talks about, you know, reject all cookies and this and that and so on. Most people don't. Most people just hit accept.
Right.
When it's literally, in most cases, 3 more clicks at the most.
Decline,
just 3 more clicks.
I do it more now.
You know, and it's just little steps like that. It's just in these tech companies or I guess they're not all tech companies, but people are putting just enough friction out there because they know our data, our private data is really, really valuable and they can make a shit ton of money off of it, you know, but if we can fight that friction, you know, maybe we can.
It just takes work. Everybody has to work at keeping your privacy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I ever have privacy though. I work under cameras all day. Yeah. So I feel like that everywhere I go.
Yeah. And I get that.
And that's unfortunate. Even in the stores, especially when people approach me, I'm looking at something. I'm not looking like I need your help. I'm not even looking around like I need any help.
Right.
I'm looking at the shelves and can I help you find something? Why does that bug me so much? I'm just shopping. If I needed help, I'd have to go and look for it in most cases. Like, I'm just shopping. I'm looking at this. I'm reading the ingredients.
You know,
that's a tough one. But
that doesn't happen to me as often now. Most of the stores that I go into personally.
All the time.
But what's fun, I think what it is I walk in and I guess it's my countenance. It's my facial expression of this dude is walking in here. He does not want to be bothered. He does not want to be bothered. Or better yet, this dude is walking in this store and he probably knows more than I do. So just let him go get what he wants. And oh yeah.
Well, that's how you own it. I have done everything that I could do to get people to leave me alone. Oh, just going into a store. And if I needed help, like in the stores where you got to get things behind the counter, I couldn't find anyone. But right now, I mean, in most cases, I'm literally just shopping. I'm looking at the shelves, actively looking at the shelves. Yeah. And you come this way. Can I help you find something?
I didn't ask. No.
Those kinds of things, it drives me nuts, and it happens to me 90% of the time when I'm out in shopping, retail, or doesn't happen in restaurants. I'm not seen in restaurants, but it drives me nuts.
That's the other end of the spectrum.
Oh,
There's
I don't know how we ended up on that subject. Just my moment.
No, we ended up on that subject because we
privacy.
Yeah, we're talking about privacy and cameras and you being watched.
So, I do feel like I'm being watched all the time though.
There's one more story that I wanted to look at. I only saw it and heard about it this afternoon, but before we do, we're going to pause one more time to allow some commercials to roll to help contribute to this month's water bill. Y'all be just stay right there. We'll be right back. All right, we are back and have a super chat just popped in again. Hot damn that gum Joe Esposito. Let's pull this super chat up because it's got your name on it. Surprise, surprise. Jeez.
Thank you.
Queen Pruitt, what's the best / worst thing about Much Ado so far? Oh, then now here's my name, Mr. Pruitt. Great seeing you pop up on other shows like ONJJ and Jason Howell. Hope this buys half a burger for you. Thank you, man. Yeah, I was on yesterday. I was on Jason Howell's show. Well, one of his shows. He has an office hours that he does about like how I do on Fridays, and it was a lot of fun just talking to him and picking his brain and talking workflow and a couple other things. And then Dr. Owen JJ Stone, the guy that I love to hate. Some people think I really do hate him because I talk quite rudely to him online.
That's what y'all do.
Yeah, but nah, me and him, that's my dog. I call him up, he called me up. But yeah, he does his tech show too. He's starting to get back into doing more tech stuff in addition to his sports stuff and weighing in and so forth. But his question to you, the best / worst thing about Much Ado so far?
Memorizing it.
Yeah, just
because of the
lines.
way, yes, and how to memorize it. I tried today earlier.
Thank you for the super chat, sir.
Thank you. And if you can offer any advice, earlier I tried recording a line before my line and then the line after my line.
Just so you can sort of get a sense of the sequence.
Yeah, it didn't work right.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I recorded myself, a lot of them, but it just didn't work like I needed it to. And the fact that I only have a month, basically. I mean, when did I audition? I don't even remember.
I don't know. It wasn't that long ago.
No, I can't remember the original date. I know it was like the 4th, 5th February, and then maybe a week before the break. A week before spring break, or a week or two before spring break.
It had to be a couple weeks before that, because there's no way y'all.
I don't know. Think it was.
I can't say I don't know for sure.
I don't have my phone because I couldn't find it again before we came in here. I would have the answer.
Yeah.
Because I really think it was the week before spring break that we did our table read, and I knew it was going to be a quick turnaround, but it didn't really hit me until trying to put the words together and finding out how they operate together at the beat and the pace of the scansion and
the whatchin?
Scansion is, I guess, some Shakespeare language.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I do remember you saying that now. Okay.
I don't know. I was able to one of the people that is on the play with me, he sent me a copy of the Much Ado About Nothing, the melanated version with Daniela Brooks.
Melanated, you say?
I say melanated version because that's what it was. It was an all-star cast, a lot of stars in it, and it was, I think, filmed in Georgia. Really nice. I was able to understand it. It was funny, which it is funny, but seeing it done in my language.
Yeah.
Even though they were using the same words, they're using Shakespeare words, but it was still in my language, and it helped me understand it more. But it's just like, why am I having so much trouble memorizing the way things are supposed to be said? I think I'm doing better now today because I focused in. I didn't have to worry about. I did not worry about laundry and cleaning the bathroom, even though that was on my list. I didn't focus on it.
Yeah. Now this here, Mr. Esposito, you should super chat yourself for this remark right here. He says, one thing to keep in mind about any creative endeavor is even the greatest artist you've ever seen started off the same as you. Figuring out your path is tough, but that journey will pay off. And then he says, someday I'll take that advice myself.
Oh,
that's I'm glad you said that, bro. Cause I
thank you.
We're eye to eye on that, man. And I'm pretty sure I've said something along those lines, but again, when it's been said by someone else, it does tend to stick a little bit better. So my man, thank you for that.
Thank you, for real. Thank you. Cause I'm not a quitter, so I can't quit. But boy, it's not easy, and I'm doing the grunt work, and I got a lot going on. That's another thing.
Yeah,
I got the 3 other scenes that I'm working on that I have to memorize too.
Yeah. That's part of it.
So it's a lot. I understand.
It's part of
this
it.
This is college.
That's the grind. It's getting you ready for the real world. There was one more thing I wanted to discuss, but I'm not going to do it because now that I think about it, is a bit of a downer. So I will finish up the show with just one more announcement here. And that is I finally got a story published over on ZDNet as I started freelancing for them and contributing over there. Look at that. That says my name right there on the screen. Written by Ant Pruitt, contributing writer.
Ooh, look at you. I see you, Ant Pruitt.
Finally. So yeah, what I was talking about, the headline is I streamed with Logitech's Mevo Core camera and it nearly beat out my $3,600 Canon. Yeah, and it's a picture of this Mevo Core webcam. And they sent that thing to me. I think I got it like Friday, something like that. So I've only had it just a handful of days. And I wanted to play around with it, and I wanted to spend some more time with it. But the editors was like, you can do some sort of just quick thoughts on it, if you will, or something like that. But I was able to spend a little more time digging into it and put some pretty thorough information in there. That's at zdnet.com. I will put the link to that story in the show notes. I have 2 of them, as I got one right here. Right now we're looking at me on the live stream and the video version of the show through my Canon camera, that plus $3,000 camera. And this is the Mevo Tech, one of them. And it's one of them because you should be able to do multicam shots with this. You can put one in one corner and another in another corner and be able to do camera switching like what I'm doing here. Because that is the Mevo Core camera that I'm pointing at right now. Looks pretty good. It's basically a webcam on steroids.
Wow.
On a lot of steroids, actually. Because I could show you a webcam. Let's see, your webcam is here, and it's blown out out of
it's not even working.
No, it's just the exposure was wrong. There we go. So now this is the webcam, and it looks okay because I got decent lighting in here, but man, this Mevo, no, it's way better because it's got a bigger sensor on it. Whole lot of tech that most of you all don't give 2 shits about. But if you're interested in stepping your game up far as doing your Zoom calls with your executives and those sales calls, this is a good option. And if you're a live streamer, sounds like the camera cut off over there. If you are a live streamer, this is definitely a step up from the old school webcams because it's going to give you better image quality because of the bigger sensor. Yeah, it's still 4K, but 4K on a bigger sensor looks way better, you know, because your freaking smartphone was shooting 4K, but that camera right there that I'm looking at right now shoots 4K. Guess which camera looks better on the video screen? So yeah, you have to consider that stuff. There's a whole lot of tech mumbo jumbo that I won't get into that I've gotten into in the past when it comes to all of the marketing about all of this shit. And it's 48 megapixels on your smartphone. None of that shit's real. Sorry. Sorry. End rant.
Oh, okay.
All right. But yeah, I'll have a link to that in the show notes. Thank you to the folks at ZDNet for giving me a spot to put some writing up. I do have another piece that's out there. They just haven't published it yet.
Glad you said yet.
They just haven't published it yet.
That's not. You are published.
Again. Because they published me. I don't know if I ever told you this story, but I put it on the blog a handful of weeks back. But ZDNet published me way back in my days. Yeah, we were living in Chateau Ghetto. That's a long time ago, Chateau Ghetto. And Windows 8 was coming out. It wasn't out yet. It was coming out. Do you remember Windows 8?
Yes.
And I was up one early morning because Mobile World Congress was happening. This is a conference that happens in Barcelona. That's the one that I got to go to at one point in time. But I was up early in the morning trying to read up on that and start writing for a new domain about Mobile World Congress with Gina Smith, John C. Dvorak, and Dr. Jerry Pournelle, and just rest in peace to him. And while I was doing my research for that, I found some random PDF from Microsoft talking about Windows 8. And I was like, this can't be real. So I kept digging through it. I was like, oh shit, this thing is real. And it had all the information about operating system and use cases and blah, 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 blah. So I wrote a quick blog up and we got it published on a new domain. And an hour later or so, my phone is just blowing up with Google Chats. Wow, Ant, good job, Ant. Wow, Ant, whoa, Ant, everybody's talking about, whoa. I'm like, damn, what's going on with my phone? And what happened was ZDNet saw my story.
Oh.
And they saw it. And my very first appearance on ZDNet was them plucking from a new domain and mentioning that to there. It was like,
I probably wasn't interested at that time.
She was like, do what now? Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, I probably wasn't there.
Yeah, my
at that time.
Because if I search ZDNet,
but all of those names
now,
sound familiar. ZDNet, a new domain, all of that sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was February 28, 2012. New Windows 8 details posted before official Mobile World Congress event. It was basically it was a leak that I found, and they published it. And it just, since Jason Heiner and ZDNet published it, the traffic for a new domain went up. Mm-hmm. You know, so that was my moment of fame, if you will.
One of them.
Pretty much the only.
One of them.
Oh, man. Thank you. Well done, sir. I'm consistently amazed by good writing. Not a skill I've never had any grip on, but always appreciate it when I see it. Thank you.
I agree.
Thank you. I'll admit I can write. I always just need an editor. I'm never going to shy away from that. I'm going to always need an editor.
I think everybody does, right?
You know, but with me, and part of my discussion with ZDNet when we were talking about freelance opportunities is I write in my voice. And I know my voice isn't like the most perfect prose or what have you, but I like to get to the point. And if it's a damn duck, I'm going to call it a duck, you know, and I'm not going to just do stuff for the clicks and things like that. Like even with this camera here, you know, I wanted to spend another couple of weeks with it. But after the couple of days that I spent, I was like, well, I can at least write this up. And it's still a bit too long. It's still a bit too long. They loved it.
Well, that's all that matters.
They loved it. That is
all that matters.
They loved it, but in the scheme of things, I wrote way too much on this thing.
So you needed an editor to come in and edit it?
He didn't cut it. He kept it in. He changed this and that or whatever, but a lot of the details that I put in there, he left it.
Well, it needed to be said then.
But again, that's how that's how I am. I write in my language. I know I don't have like the perfect editorial voice. I'll never be a journalist because I can't write like a journalist. You know what I mean? And Mr. Heiner and ZDNet, they're like, no, that's what we want. Because I have a history of pissing people off with my writing.
Yeah, but like they said, that's what they want.
Like, that's what we want. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna be me. Wow, I love seeing this old school page here. Pruitt summed up the contents on the guide in 8 bullets. Go download the PDF here. Wow, Windows 8 consumer preview. This is it right here. February 28, 2012. Damn, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
Oh, my word.
Let's get out of here. I'll call this a night. This has been another fun time hanging out with all of you fine folks here.
As I blend in with my throne
everyday
today.
Everyday people doing everyday. That is still my chair over there. I don't care what you say, but that's still my chair. You know that, right?
I'm not claiming it. Trust me.
Good.
It is yours. It is not comfortable. It does not hug me. My neck hurts.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I do sit in that chair.
I know you do. Yeah, I think you sit in it because it's yours.
Yes, exactly. It fits. I fit perfectly in the ass groove of that couch there, that chair there. Thank y'all for being here.
Thank y'all.
Checking out the show, Everyday People Doing Everyday Shit. Be sure to subscribe in whatever podcast app you enjoy, be it Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Overcast or Pocket Cast or my friend's app, PlayAPod. I don't care. Just subscribe. And if you have the option to do a rating, do the rating on there, even though I don't know if it freaking helps, but just do it anyway. Tell a friend about the show. In my newsletter, I challenged everybody in the newsletter to tell at least one person about some of our content, be it if it's photography, be it the podcast, be it the blog. Tell at least one person. I'd appreciate that. If you're interested in joining the newsletter, just go to the website, antpruitt.com, and you'll see right there, join newsletter right here. It's pretty easy to do. Thank you to all of our folks that are Patreon subscribers. That's patreon.com/AntPruitt. If you're interested in being a Patreon member for a very, very low monthly rate. Thank you for shopping at Amazon. I got a question about Amazon this morning. So thank you for shopping there. You just go to antpruitt.com/Amazon to do your shopping there like you normally would. No prices change, but Amazon will send us 2 pennies or so every time you purchase that bottle of, I don't know, window cleaner. I don't know, whatever.
That works.
Whatever it is you order, they will send a little bit to Aunt Pruitt over here so we can put it into the show.
Window cleaner.
You didn't buy a window cleaner at
Amazon? No.
You wouldn't?
No.
Well, what would you buy at Amazon?
Something else.
That didn't answer the question. Nice work.
T-shirts.
Okay, that's better. All right. But thank y'all for all the support. Yeah, it's time to go. She's over there yawning. It's been a long day.
It has.
Really has. Do something nice for yourself. Do something nice for someone else. Keep sharing the show.
Thank you.
Go check out Ozone Nightmare and his podcast. His Daily 5 is quite fascinating. Much respect for how he does that. Just 5-minute podcast every day. That is freaking brilliant. That's writing right there. Check him out there, and check her out on TikTok and Instagram. She is going to be posting more on TikTok. Am I correct?
I don't know what I post. What you send me?
No, that's not how that works. You That's.
I don't know what to post.
I am sending you marketing materials, but I'm talking about you and your own dadgum content.
Oh yeah, I am. Okay. I really am. I'm going to do more.
So follow her on TikTok and Instagram.
I got stuff to say. I'm just going to say it.
That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
I will have the links to her socials in the show notes like I always do. So thank you for checking that out there. All right, everybody. We're out of here. I'm tired. She's tired. Thanks for all the love and support.
Thank you.
Peace out.
Good night.